welcome back to LinkedIn Logs, the premier business podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Hi, I'm your host, Chad White, and we are back doing this show again, and hopefully the other show in perpetuity. I don't know. This is episode 17. I've been gone since June 7th. I stopped doing shows June 7th. And then for C Plus Comedy, for the Constitutionals, June 13th. No real reason for the time off except for I didn't want to. And here we are. Let's see. What's been going on? Well, first things first. The conceit of the show was to air my grievances since I forgot how to turn. Okay, this sounds so much better. But since I was unemployed doing freelancing, whatever you want to call it, for the past couple of months, what are we doing? Okay, sorry. Here's some things have changed. You might hear the little pitter patter of feet. I don't have a baby. I have a dog. If you're watching the video, there it is, right here, right here. He's right here. His name is Maverick. He's joined me and Nova inside of the home, and that is important. I guess do not crawl under me, please. He's young. He's a puppy. Long story short, he survived parvo. He was out in the streets. He survived parvo, and then now he's with me. They get along. It's great. It's fine. It's whatever. He eats a lot. I just smacked him. And he has, I don't think anxiety is real, but he has a little bit of separation anxiety. So he's always by my side, which is unfortunate for a lot of reasons. Imagine trying to use the bathroom. Imagine just running to get the mail. Imagine just getting up from the couch and going to the kitchen. That's not hyperbole. It's all true. Anyway. Here we are. I got a dog, and then now I had my 30th birthday. I turned 30 without having a job, and it was the saddest thing. And then also, I know people typically have celebrations for the 30th. I spend a lot of my time just like a regular old me. People. It's so funny because people would ask me what I'm doing, and I just go, I'm not doing anything. And they go, well, if you want to plan something, I mean, truly. Anyway, and then like a week later, I think. Or no, excuse me, that same week, because I went to lunch. No, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Let's say it was a week later. I went to lunch with a friend, and then I got a call about a job at CNN, and then I was hired to said job, and we're at this part of the story where I have a job. But it took a lot to get there, and it's not. It's gonna sound like I'm talking down about the position, and I'm not. I'm enjoying myself, but we are. I'll go through the phases of it. One more thing, I'm not in OBS right now, which is I don't know what OBS stands for, which is the streaming platform. Which I guess it's the video recording platform I use. For some reason, it wasn't recognizing the Logitech camera. But FaceTime was, and Zoom is, so it's an OBS problem on Mac. I miss having PC. And now, here we are. Here we are recording on Zoom. I just had this idea. I went, maybe Zoom records. And I remembered, yes, it does. And so hopefully the video's recording. I hit the record button, and I'm pretty sure it's going to save to the computer. All right, none of that matters. Let's get to the job. So before we get to the CNN part, I was on LinkedIn one day, and I was like desperately commenting on people's. I know you're sighing. He's already sighing at the end at the thought of hearing the story again. But I was desperately commenting on, I got like 4 or 5 people's LinkedIn. Like I would just like scroll through my timeline, and then they'd be like, it would be like a recruiter. Or a recruiter who reposted something from a different recruiter, and I would apply the job, and I would go, I hope here's fingers crossed. And then one person responded, and by the way, all of this is going to get me barred from getting any job ever. But I don't care. I think it's important to be as transparent. You know, we're in the middle of the strike for a lot of people in the industry, for the actors and for the writers right now, and a lot of the actors are posting up their residual checks, and so I think it's important as not broad as honest as they're being. I think we should also be honest. Hold on. I'm messing around with the topography of the windows here. Now I've got a 4-way split screen up. I've got internet right here, Zoom right here, Audition right here, and Notion right there. The internet is way too small for me right now, but whatever. I'm not going to be using it. Okay. And I commented on this person who works at another big conglomerate here, television broadcasting news conglomerate that's not regular news. Let's just say it might may or may not involve weather. So I commented on recruiters. It might rhyme with Blubleather Channel, a place I have previously worked. And so I commented on this person's thing, and this person reached out to me. Don't want to be too specific by saying a gender, even though I said shh. They reached out to me, and they asked, they looked at it. They said, "Oh, okay, well, you might be fit for this job." They described it. She did fine, whatever. She described it to me. She described the position to me, and it would require more or less the same hours as I had when I was originally at the Weather Channel as an associate producer, and the 3 a.m. to 9 or no, that's 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. all that jazz. And I was like, fine, it's a job, whatever. They did not hire me for that position. Then I get another call back from this person. Oh no, I'm sorry. In between that, I get an interview at CNN. And before we touch that, let me also say this. I got an email from a guy at a recruiter who has ignored me on multiple occasions. He's not ignoring me. This is the same person I think I've told a story about, that he called me twice on two separate occasions. And please stop going under the chair. And has ghosted me on jobs and things of that nature. You can say it's a recruiting thing, but honey, we're way past that. Exactly. You just sighed. Exactly. I don't know if you heard that. But this person at I'll tell it, Scripps News, at Scripps, EW Scripps, but at Scripps, yeah, Scripps News, at Scripps, this person, I got an email that said it was an interview, and it tagged another person, and this is all real. This is all real. It was a Zoom interview, tagged another person. It was a Google Calendar invite, and I have a join meeting from blank person, videographer, Scripps News. And I go, oh, okay. I didn't even get a call about this. This is like in the middle of like evening time, almost evening time. And I go, oh, great. I'm going to get. I guess he hasn't contacted me yet, but he set me up on this interview for a videographer position at Scripps News. I go, great, awesome. I within minutes get another email that says blank, the name of the person, or like the hiring manager, or whatever. Okay. It says blank. We have one more Zoom interview scheduled with a separate person Wednesday morning, which was the email they sent to me. He has responded and is still interested in position, which because it's the same position, but they're interviewing this person. He has responded and is still interested in position. Blank is still a strong contender for the role. So first name, last name is still a different person. Is still a strong contender for the role and possibly will receive an offer. If you have any questions, please let me know. And he puts up the two people who are in contention for this, and I'm no longer a part of this conversation. Now, I'm still attached to the email. So he's sent me two separate emails twice, both about this same interview, which means I was looked at, and he did not mean to send this to me. But I go along with it. I go, hey, you know what? Let's set this up. And then they're all still responding. And they want to do 6:30 on a Wednesday evening, and I go, I'm busy. I'm unavailable at 6:30 after PM. And then this person emails me back separately. Chad, I'm so sorry for the confusion. I think you were accidentally put on this interview thread. Once again, I'm sorry about the confusion. So this recruiter at Scripps, who has screwed me over on 2 separate occasions, has not admitted fault to this. This because he is the person that set all this up. He's the only person who I've ever talked to at Scripps. I do want to lambaste his name, but I don't want to dox him. It is unacceptable, quite frankly, that he would let it go on for so long, and like to mess up twice, like to add me to the interview and then to just add me to the thread, to a separate thread talking about, hey, we're going to interview this person. The other person is a better contender, and you're not going to. And then this third person is just some idiot waiting in the wings, which is. I got a voicemail and they called me Mr. Ed White. Not Ed. Anyway, and it wasn't a job voicemail. Trust me, I would stop after this. I would stop the show and go listen to that voicemail. But I mean that incensed to me to no end, because so much would have to go wrong in order for you to not to make that kind of mistake. Now, I've made mistakes. Listen, I've sent the emails to separate people, but I've immediately caught it. Like the wrong person, I immediately caught it. Or there's just this past week, I applied internally to a separate position at CNN, which we'll get to in a second. And as soon as I hit send, I went, wait a minute, I forgot to attach my resume for this recruiter, and I sent it, and now we have a conversation going. But I mean, it's time and again, this person has truly pissed me off, and I am sick of it. And you know, there's going to be a third time, because things happen in threes, where this person will contact me, and I'm going to call him out on all of that BS. And you're going to say, don't do it. But I mean, if you are a person that comes to LinkedIn and you want people to be honest and confident and this and that, I'm following along with those rules. I'm gonna play the game in quotes, but I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna use my rules. Anyway, now we're at CNN. So the woman at the Weather Channel has contacted me, and she's and I did not get that second position. Okay. Now we're at CNN. I got an interview invite to do this interview at CNN. Great. I do the interview, and the entire time, we're going to go back to this confidence thing. I'm very much going I'd say straight to the people's faces. This is my goal. And I'm sticking to that, and I will take any way to get to it. At some point in the interview, and again, this is probably going to get me excommunicated from Warner Brothers, but at some point in the interview, they ask. They ask like the important questions and everything, and I go off and I talk about all the stuff that's important. But at some point in the interview, I mention, because Chris Licht had just been let go from his CEO position at CNN, and at some point I just mention. I don't say it outright, but I don't say it like this. I don't say it like this, but I do suggest that David Zaslav is not doing a great job. And if you listen to Constitutionals, then you know that he's not doing a good job. If you listen to early episodes of this podcast, you know I think that I should think just that, like, he's not doing a great job. And there's like, I kind of see in them, they go, oh, this guy's just calling the boss, and they go, and one of them asked me. Just straight up blankly, like, what would you do if you were in his position? And I went, I would do this. I laid out so much, and I gave them, you know, the most honest answer I could possibly give, without completely, you know, crapping on Zaslav. Then I'm peaking over here, so I need to turn myself down. Then. Maybe 2 questions later, they ask, well, what do you see yourself in 10 years? And I I just looked in the camera and I said, I have David Zaslav's job, which is I mean, like that, like I didn't think of anything else. I didn't hesitate. I just said, just a quick snap like that. It was just immediate thing. Cause I know I can do that job for a quarter of the pay and have Warner basically above Disney. Oh my God. Hey brother, you got to stop that. Come here. And I mean, I was just very frank about it. Like I didn't want to mince words okay, you don't have to run. All right, stop. I didn't want to mince words as it were. As it was, I don't know. And so then after the 40 minutes we have, it was a very long interview. But after the 40 minutes we have, we say our goodbyes, and then that's that. And I'm like, when are you guys gonna hire? Because I'm desperate right now. And then I'll hear back in 2 weeks. All right, fine. That later that week, I get dude, God, you're too big for that. He's just slamming his body on the ground. I get a message from or a phone call. I don't know what it means, but I think I get a phone call from the person at the Weather Channel, and they say, "Hey, you didn't get this other thing, but I have an idea for." Oh God, if I get too specific, I mean, this person, if they listen, and I know they won't, but if they do, whatever. I have this idea for this other arm of the company that the Weather Channel owns, the online portion. And do you like? God, this is gonna be so. Do you like sports? Now this person knows who they are. Do you like sports? I can help you. Like I can. There's a position that I want to make up for me, which is great. But there's like they want to do these different things with the sports arm. Can you do this? And I went, yes, that'd be great. And they offer. It's not a set in stone thing. She has to write up the ideas and everything, and then get back to me. So then we hang up from that. I go, all right, well, I have two potentialities floating out there because Scripps News is trash. And no one's going to scripsnews.com. Week goes by, my birthday happens. My birthday happens, which means nothing happens. And then I get, I'm at lunch with a friend who was celebrating my birthday. It was very nice. I don't know what he's licking. And I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds gross. And I get a phone call while I'm at lunch. Here's the offer. Bam, boom, mental. I don't get the pay. I go, great. Let me take that. I'm back at the company I want to work at. Awesome. I get another phone call a couple of days later from so at this point, after I get the phone call from CNN, I'm sent papers to sign, do everything. But I get another phone call from this, hey, stop, come here. But I get another phone call from the person at the Weather Channel, and they go, okay, so I'm writing up the idea, and I need a yes or a no from you. And I go, oh, I don't know, just when can I give you the answer? Give you the answer on Monday. I think it's like a Friday. And she goes, yes. And then I ask her all the details, and then she's like $25 an hour, and I'm like, yikes! Like that's a lot less than what I made. Then I get the offer papers from CNN at that point, and then they show me what they're paying, and I'm like, yikes! Well, why is everybody paying so low? like it's truly, both of the positions are. This is not correct math, but it is almost 50%. It's like 40+% less than what I was making when I was a producer at Cartoon Network, which is an insane, crazy drop. I miss my chance to call the woman on Friday, but I call her back on Monday, I think first thing. And she does not respond. She does not reply. Her mailbox is full, and she does not call back. I go, awesome, I'm taking this other position. And then I take the other position, and then I start, and the difference between Warner Bros. And Discovery and CNN, just like there's giant stark contrast between them, I'm like I assume it's the same thing at every company, ABC News and then Disney proper. It's whatever two opposing forces there are. And again, I'm very thankful for it, but I am going to be very critical of it. But also there was no negotiating. Let me tell you that much. There's no negotiating at all. I definitely asked, and I definitely got a shoulder shrug and a Heisman fist to the face. And what if they Heisman with like just punching? So I've been there 2 weeks now at this point. And we have let me tell you, it's an entry level position. Everybody's a lot younger than me. Like I feel like Robert De Niro in The Intern. like truly, like it is a disparaging, even if people are 25, I'm still 5 years older and I have a lot more experience. Whereas for a lot of them, some of them have just graduated from college, or some of them have been there since they graduated from college and it's been 2 or 3 years. But I definitely have a lot more experience because of the 3 producerial roles, along with the post work I've done, and then on top of just working elsewhere, I've truly got, there's like a lot of them where I have 10 plus years of experience, just in general, and I'll tell you this much: it's a little discouraging to have that. And I'm obviously doing my best. I'm doing what I can. And I don't ever want to come to a job and describe it as easy. And I don't want someone to describe the job as easy. I don't want to ever be like, this is easy. And then it allowing me to turn my brain off, because I want to be there to try things and to do things and to make mistakes and to learn and to just like truly just be the best. And I know that sounds cheesy and stuff like that, but I just prefer, to truly work instead of having, just doing one mind-numbing thing after another. There's a lot of this job is being a thing that I am against, being told what to do by someone else, and it stinks. And and they kind of want you to grow and progress at their rate. God, because I'm in a training period, and this will be my 3rd week training, which is not fun. Like truly, I gave them a suggestion for training, and then they were like, "No, this is how we've always done it." I'm like, oh, well, I mean, this is not helping. Like I've been training for 3. Like I produce stuff on Max. I've shot video for and stuff that is. That was on the 11 Alive website, on APC Affiliates website. I've put stuff on television. Like I shouldn't have to, and this is going to sound just like the most like above it all thing, but it's not. I don't mean it for it to come off that way. But I just rubbed my eyes with I know the dog licked my hand like not even 10 minutes ago. But I have the skills to do the thing and beyond, and even do the people's jobs that are in the control room with me. I can do literally all that because I've done, well, with the exception of like directing and graphics and sound. But that's it. Like producing, I can do that. But I've literally done all of that. Before, not produce. I mean, not directing, not graphics, and not sound. But I've done all that before, and it feels like I'm being held back a little bit, hindered in places. And I mentioned that, and I said that we have like these weekly check-ins, and I've mentioned that, and then just all of my points were immediately shot down, which is not something I want to see in a supervisor. Somebody who is supposed to be there to push you forward. But But yeah, I mean, it's nice to be in CNN Center. They are leaving at some point within the next couple of months. People have already left, and there are so when you're not working on a show, you have something that they call dev time, which is you're supposed to use it to shadow somebody else and see what their job is. The thing is, I've yet to have dev time because I've literally been sitting in the control room watching 4 hours of news at a time, and which again is it's just not fun. I'm not learning anything. I'm just sitting there watching someone else do their job. Every now and then, the people will go, "Oh, this is how you do this," and I go, "Oh, okay, great." I mean, I have no context for that, but I can see how it's done. And I've done it, and I've controlled. I've done the job. While they were training me, and I'll go, all right, this is it. I get it. Like, this is all, and they're the ones that describe it as easy and everything. But again, everybody, the people that I work with are nice. Maverick, stop. Hey, stop. Jeez Louise, my God, you little Barky McGee. What are you barking for? But hey, but it's good. But yeah, like I was saying, it's good to be in there, but unfortunately, again, people have left the building and they're at the other campus, which is going to be the main campus at Techwood, where I was with Cartoon Network, and you know what, I was told that this position right now is very temporary, which is not good, but not good for the long run. For the short run, it's fine, but not good for 3 months from now. But I'm doing exactly what I told them I was going to do, and I'm being just completely unabashedly aggressive about going to like talking to people and going to different positions and stuff like that, even though I have yet to have my quote unquote dev time, which again, I'm an adult. I don't like being told what to do. If I want to go shadow somebody, I should be able to go shadow somebody, especially when I'm not doing anything. And that should not come as a surprise. In fact, I emailed a couple of people last week, and then one of them emailed me back. Again, the person I forgot to send my resume to, and I immediately sent it to them after. But that person was like, "You just got here, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, that doesn't mean I'm better than this job. I just think that my skills are better set for this position. And since I'm in here and I can apply internally, and you look at those applications before you look at somebody outside, then I think that's good. I mean, it shows initiative. Like if I had just graduated from UTC and I was working at instead of going from working in a factory at UPS, working at a UPS factory, rather, working at a UPS factory to XIA as a help desk person. If I went from working at a UPS factory directly to CNN, this would be perfect. The pay would be amazing. I would be happy to come downtown and do all the stuff and just bask in the glow that is CNN Center. But at this point in my life, it is much more difficult to stomach, a massive reduction in pay and a massive reduction in responsibility, which is something again, I mentioned that in one of my 101 sessions. I think I've only had 2, but I mentioned that in one of my 101 sessions. I said, hey, I'm looking for more responsibility. I'm looking for more this and that, it was shot down immediately. That's, again, not to bring up a negative thing against that person, just saying that's exactly how it went. And it hurt. And yeah, I mean, I wish that this had come sooner, and that I could that my skills, my experience were taken into consideration, and that I could be not ushered, but like kind of I can not sidestep. I can leap into another area, position, whatever. But I at this point I'm being so aggressive. And not annoyingly so, but I'm being aggressive and really using my time wisely. I liken this when I describe the job to people. I liken it to, or my position in it. I liken it. Here's the simile I use. It's like being Dansby Swanson or any great baseball player, Shohei Ohtani, and then that person being traded to another team, and then coming back because that happens in sports, and coming back to your team, and they're like, you used to be our pitcher. You can be the bat boy. You're the bat boy, and you have to work your way up back to being a pitcher, and that. It's like hitting a brick wall. You know, when you go on a run and you feel great for 3-4 miles, and then mile 5 hits and you start slowing down. Your legs hurt and this and that and the other, and then you know, either you stop or you continue moving and you break past that point. But that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to break past that point. I'm trying to skip being the bat boy and go directly to being the GM of the Angels. I think it all worked. But really, yeah, I'm glad to be back and to have consistent hours, though they may be on the weekend, in the early morning, or you know, as long as I get the time to work out. Jesus. Oh, God. But it's fine, and I'm definitely going to use my time wisely. So to all that I say is, person at Scripps News, I truly dislike you with my entire heart, and you know exactly who you are. There's a recruiter at Scripps News that that is now on my list, my grudge list. And that list is long. It's not too long, but it's very long. I wouldn't say very long. It's long. But we have some issues. And if you contact me again, I'm definitely going to let you have it, my guy. All right, listen, if you liked what you heard here, head to the website, cpluscomedy.com. We're in the middle of a strike. I don't have any more interviews lined up. I don't even have like an inkling of one. But I do have something I recorded pre-strike, pre-SAG strike, and that it should be coming out in 10 days. So I need to charge my watch. And so that will be coming out in 10 days on August 11th. And it's a short but sweet one, and it's with two people I enjoy. One of them enjoyed my outfit. The other one did not enjoy my interview skills. But it is par for the course for this person, because that's how she treats her friends, too. So be on the lookout for that. ChadCWhite.com. Check out my portfolio. And TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X.com. I don't know. Just social sites at C+Comedy. Me at Chad Black White. Thank you for listening. And it's time that I remember to start the theme song when I'm doing the goodbyes. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'll see you next week. Bye.